Most of us get excited about pursuing something new. It is the human nature. We get excited about pursuing something new. A new baby, marriage, a new career, a new position, a new job. We get excited about pursuing something. But once we have attained it, we lose the excitement of keeping it. Once we've got it, we lose the excitement. Often, the anticipation is more exciting than the actual event. We anticipate, we are excited about things, and when they arrive, we lose the excitement. That is because we are designed for more. That's the human nature. We are designed for more. Once we have something, our instinct tells us that there is more beyond it. Once you have something, it's just natural. Your instinct will tell you there is something beyond this. This is not it. There is something else beyond this. So pursuing more is masquerading our impulse for what is eternal. What we want is eternity. But what we pursue is more. Because the human heart is eternal, it can only be satisfied by eternity. So the way you interpret eternity in life is more. Your heart keeps calling for eternity, but your mind keeps calling for more. It's a masquerade of eternity. It is natural impulse to want more. And that is why contentment is a discipline. Because naturally, you want more. So for you to be content about something, you have to discipline yourself. Otherwise, you will keep wanting more. To be content, one must defy instinct. To be content, you must defy the law of nature. Because nature will tell you, this is not all there is out there for you. This new car is not everything. Don't you think you need another one? No. In fact, once you buy a car, it takes a few months to see the new model coming out. You're like, oh, I wish I waited a few months to get this new one. Even if you waited a few months, they will release the new one again in a few months. Why? Because there is always that. Our instinct says we should wait, we should go for more. Because our hearts want eternity. I see people online waiting for a new iPhone. A new phone is coming. A new phone is coming. You want a new one, a new one, a new one. Those same people, next year, they will be on that same line waiting for a new one. You are like, you are not satisfied by the new one. Pre-order it. They tell you, you should pre-order it. I never pre-ordered anything. Why? Because I know it will come out. Okay, that's just for me. I'm not telling you not to do it. You can pre-order if you want. You are welcome. we believe more will answer all our questions and fulfill us. But nothing is further from the truth. We long for more expensive holidays. We work for more money. We work for higher positions or higher incomes. We buy more stuff to find satisfaction, but we keep craving more. So knowing that his followers will be confronted with the same impulses, Jesus addressed the issue in Luke chapter 14 and verse 33. Look at what Jesus said to his disciples. Knowing they will go for more. In the same way, therefore, every one of you who does not renounce all his possessions cannot be my disciple. Is there anything wrong with having stuff? Is Jesus against his disciples enjoying life? When you read that, you may think that is the case. But let's find out. The first thing I want to bring to your attention this morning is that you cannot give up what you don't have. When Jesus says you should give up all your possessions, you need first to have it, to give it up. Okay, so let's start from there. Followers of Jesus are encouraged to acquire as much stuff as they can before giving it up. You can't give up what you don't have. Okay. Don't worry, I'm not preaching prosperity gospel. I'm preaching the word of God. It is essential to note that in the passage above, Jesus is not encouraging material poverty. And Jesus is not saying, if you come to him, make sure you are empty-handed. That's not what he said. In fact, he's addressing people who have stuff. If you come to me, you should give up what you have. He's not saying, if you come to me, make sure nothing is in your hand. Let's get this straight. He's saying, if you go to him, you should give up everything you already have. So you must have it first. Some people have used this scripture to encourage poverty, a poverty mentality. They forget that you cannot give up what you do not have. Jesus is saying the opposite. Disciples with the ability to make money should make a lot of money. If you are here and you're a businessman, do well. If you are here and you know how to make money, some people are good at making money. Make it. Those with the ability to study should study to as high a level as they can go. Study. Those with skills to work should work hard. And those who can write should write as many books, articles, songs, or novels as possible. Christians, let's do it. Let's go for it. Disciples of Jesus should use their talents and skills to achieve their potential. Then give it up to God's cause. You have to have it first. The giving up comes after acquiring. You need to acquire first. Young people, make money. Study. Christianity is not against making money. And I'm standing here in front of you. I know, what are you talking about? We know that we should be poor. No. The Bible does not say we should be poor. We should acquire it first before we give it up. My professor of the history of Christianity gave us a very good illustration of what happens or what happened after the World War II. And she said, most Christians or most people in the Christian community focused on religion only after World War II. So young people were encouraged to become missionaries. You send them to preach the gospel because Jesus said he's coming soon. The Christians, youth were encouraged to become pastors. That was the only kind of mindset in most Christians after World War II. The mistake we made is that 80 years later, there is a shortage of Christians in entertainment, a shortage of Christians in media, shortage of Christians in sports, in education, in business, or government. Why? We focus on one aspect of those areas that control society. When Jesus said he is coming soon, he did not tell his disciples to stop living. He sent them to make disciples. Watch this. Without influence, it's hard to make disciples. Please, Christians, listen to me. Without influence, without a platform, no one will listen to you. You need a platform to be able to speak. So we need God-fearing people in our education system. We need teachers and professors to teach biblical values to our children and youth. We can complain as much as we want. If we don't send our children to study and then become teachers, those who have studied will teach whatever they want. We need influencers and media personalities who will speak the truth and inspire hope on social media and media in general. We need Christians in those places. We need entertainers who will inspire good values in our children. We need businessmen and women who will finance the work of God and do justice. We need politicians who will stand for biblical policies. How do we get them? We need to inspire them. We need to make them. We need to inspire people to do business. So if I come to church and I say, blessed are the poor, I'm not inspiring you to do business, because you are blessed when you don't have. That gospel was preached so many years to people. Blessed are the poor. One thing was missing in that statement. Jesus said the poor in spirit. Those who want more of God, not those who don't have cash. They are not blessed, they are broke. So our strategy has to change. Christians should work hard to gain a platform so we can influence society. We all celebrate when we have a prime minister who fears God. We celebrate when we have a minister who fears God, or a MP, a member of parliament who fears God. We are blessed when we see those people. But how can we have them if we don't make them? We need Christian doctors, Christian lawyers, Christian accountants, and builders. 2 Thessalonians 3-10 says, in fact, when we were with you, this is what we commanded you. If anyone isn't willing to work, he should not eat. There are speculations that the Thessalonians stopped working because they were waiting for Jesus to come back. The message of the second coming of Christ was so powerful in their hearts that they said, we are stopping working. Oh, it was a wrong approach to the gospel. Jesus did not say that. He said, go and make disciples. Go and occupy influential positions so you can speak. You need those positions before you speak. If you are a manager in a business, it's because God gave you that position. It's a platform. If you are working somewhere, if you are running a business, God gave you that position so you can speak, so you can make disciples from that position. You need a platform to speak. Work represents your contribution to society. So the mother who stays at home looking after children is as valuable as the woman who goes out and works 10 hours a day. So I just want to make that clear. Then Jesus said, after you have worked and earned a position, you have earned influence, you have earned money, you have earned properties, you have earned opportunities, you must surrender it all to him so they don't become your idol. That's where he was going. That's what he meant. You work to earn and then you surrender so that thing does not become your idol. Your commitment to Jesus must trump your commitment to your stuff. He's not against you having stuff. It's just he wants you to prioritize things well. That's why he says if you do not give up all you have, he wants to occupy the first place. Let's go to Mark chapter 10, 17-22. As he was setting out on a journey, a man ran up to him, knelt down before him, and asked him, "Good teacher, what must I do to inherit eternal life?" "Why do you call me good?" Jesus asked him. "No one is good except God alone. You know the commandment: do not murder, do not commit adultery, do not steal, do not bear false witness, do not defraud, honor your father and mother." He said to him, "Teacher, I have kept all these from my youth." Looking at him, Jesus loved him and said to him, "You lack one thing. Go sell all you have and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. Then come follow me." But he was dismayed by this demand, and he went away grieving, because he had many possessions. This man was a nice person. He was a kind of person you would like to be your friend. Let me tell you how this man was. First of all, he had a sense of urgency. The Bible says he ran instead of walking to Jesus. Sense of urgency. He knew it was important. He understood the value of time. He did not have time to waste. He ran to Jesus. Secondly, he was humble. Read again the passage. It says, he asked his question on his knees. Oh, I love that kind of humility. Before you ask me a question, please go on your knees and then I will listen to you. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Maybe I should start first, kneeling before I ask you a question. But he knelt down before asking Jesus a question. Wow, that was humility. He was smart. He asked the right question to the right person. He knew who will give him the right answer. He was a good citizen. And he was an excellent religious person. He kept all the commandments from his youth. Imagine if Jesus says this to you. Have you done this? Have you done this? And you say, no, me. No. I haven't done that. You know, contrary to most of us, we make most of our damaging mistakes in our youth. This guy did not. He did not. He said, I've observed all that from my youth. So he was a good man. As a matter of fact, Jesus did not challenge his answer. Jesus did not say, you are lying. I know you. You are lying to me. No, Jesus agreed with him. Like, yes, you've been observing the law. He did not challenge him. Instead, Jesus loved him. That's what the Bible says. Which implies that this young man was indeed what he claimed to be. A good person. Nevertheless, the only test this young man failed was giving up his stuff. The rich man's commitment to his stuff was stronger than his commitment to his eternal life. His commitment to things that he has earned was stronger than his commitment to the eternal life he came to ask about. Look at what Jesus said in verse 21. Looking at him, Jesus loved him and said to him, you lack one thing. You've done everything well, but you lack one thing. Go and sell all you have and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. Then come and follow me. Jesus knew that this man's heart was hooked into his riches. That was his idol. And that was exactly what the all-knowing Lord asked him to do. God addressed the very issue. What is your idol? What is your idol? Is it your baby? Is that your wife or your husband? Is that your job or your position? What is drawing your attention to the point where you say no to God because of it? What do you idolize? What is the one thing when Jesus touches there, when God says something about it, you get really uncomfortable? The area in your life that you don't want God to go. That is the one place you don't want God to control. Because it's yours. You earned it. You worked hard for it. What is it? That's exactly where he will go. That's exactly what he wants you to give up. Jesus does not want his followers to worship anything but him. Worshipping our stuff makes us vulnerable to Satan's schemes. The issue is, whatever you worship, you expose to Satan. So Satan will go and use that to destroy your life. The thing you worship that becomes your idol is also at the mercy of the devil. Because the devil knows if he touches that, he destroys you. That's why Jesus is saying, give it to me before it's too late. So that the enemy does not use it against you. I don't know what you idolize. Is it your job? It is your holidays? Is it your... What do you idolize in your life? What is it? Your entertainment? I don't know. Your pleasure? I don't know what you idolize. God knows, and your heart is telling you that thing. That person. That place. The young man forgot the origin of his strength. God is the source of our strength. God gives us the ability to make wealth. But sometimes we act as if we know better. We manage our finances and our resources as if we earned and own them. We forget we are just steward. Look at what Moses told the people of Israel in Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 18. But remember that the Lord your God gives you the power to gain wealth in order to confirm his covenant he swore to your ancestors as it is today. Jesus is telling you today, you lack one thing. Do you recognize that God is the source of your wealth? Are you going to walk away like the young man, or you are going to surrender your stuff to Jesus? Are you going to put God first in your finances, or you will maintain control of all of it? Let me tell you something. This is not about money. It's not about your work. It's not about... God is not after all this. It's about your heart. It's a heart issue. God is not after your stuff. Matthew chapter 6 verse 21. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. God wants your heart to be where he is, because only him can satisfy you. And the only way to get to your heart is through your treasure. The only way God to get to you is through what you cherish. Let me tell you this. God asked Abraham to give up his son. Why? His son was everything to him. God is asking you to put him first in your finances, because it's the only way he can get to your heart. He knows how much you love your money. He knows how much you think you earn it. He knows how much. So he said, bring it here. God is not after your money. He does not pay bills. No, in heaven, he doesn't pay rent. Gold and silver are all his. So if you think you're doing him a favor, too bad. You have deceived yourself. God is not after your car. He does not need a lift. He does not drive. God is not after your house. He does not need a shelter. Oh, God, if they're after my stuff. Oh, God, the church is after my stuff. Who told you we are? God does not need them. God is after your heart. He wants your heart. So God wants you for you. He wants you because he knows once he occupies the first place in your life, everything else will fall into place. It is for your good. God is asking you to put him first. God wants to bless you, but he wants to ensure you want to worship the blessing. So listen to this. Listen to this, please. God took the people of Israel out of Egypt so they can worship him. Okay? God said to Moses, go and tell Pharaoh, I want him to release my people so they can go and worship me. The mission's call was their freedom to worship, not simply their freedom from Pharaoh. It was not just go and set them free. They've suffered a lot. No, it was freedom to worship, not freedom from Pharaoh only. So God wanted them to be out of Egypt so they can go back to their land and worship God. But the promised land without God is as bad as Egypt. When your blessing becomes your idol, it is as bad as your life before the blessing. Oh, may God help us. Where is your treasure? Show me your budget, and I will tell you where your heart is. Just show me your bank account, and I'll tell you, yeah. That's where your heart is. I see where your money goes. You don't need to tell me. Just show me your bank account. You don't need to tell me, oh, I love God. I'm saying, show me your bank account. I love God so much. It's everything in my life. Show me your bank account. It will tell me everything about you, where your money goes, where your treasure is. That's where your heart is. Oh, I love people, I love people. Show me your bank account, and I will see if you love people. Your heart is where you spend much of your time and much of your money. It's that simple. Your job can become an idol if you start giving God excuses to do what he asks you to do because of it. Oh God, I can't do that. I'm working hard. I'm working too much. Before that job, you were saying, God, if you bless me, I will serve you. Give me this job, God, I will serve you. And then the job, God says, take it. God, I can't come to church. I'm too busy. God, I can't really. Look how foolish we are. God, give me this promotion at work. Lord, give me this promotion. God says, okay, take it. God, I can't attend church this Sunday. God, this new role is just too demanding. So God says, okay, your Canaan without God is as bad as your Egypt. Sometimes even worse. Because your life before the blessing, you were praying, you were loving God, and after that, your new responsibility can become an idol if they stop you from serving God. I always tell mothers, be careful. I know it's hard to be a parent. Don't let your child become an idol. Don't use your child as an excuse not to do something God is asking you to do. God is not foolish. God is not asking you to do something that will make you leave your child beside. No. God wants to see if your heart is ready to say yes to him. No, the church is not going to ask you to be here every Sunday and do this and do that. And while we know you have a baby. No. God wants to see your heart is saying yes to him. That your child does not become an idol. I thought I should mention that because for men, often it will be work. For mothers, often it will be their child. And it depends on your wiring. Even for some women, it will be work. May God help us not to idolize our blessings. Do not idolize your blessing. Anything in your life that gets you to say no to God is an idol. It doesn't matter how you sugarcoat it. You know. God doesn't know. God doesn't care. You are idolizing that thing. Okay, he knows. Your children are a blessing. Don't idolize them. Your marriage is a blessing. Don't idolize it. Your holidays are important. Don't idolize them. Anything in your life that gets to you is a blessing. Anything God allows to enter your life is a blessing. Don't idolize it. So Rick Warren said, we are blessed to bless. I believe that nobody has everything, but everyone has something. You have something that God wants to use. You have something you can give up. Whatever you have, it is what God wants to use. Give what you have. God gave you that business so you can be a conduit of his blessings. God gave you that relationship so you can be a conduit of his blessings. God gave you that promotion or that job so you can be a blessing. Everything God gives to you is so you can be a blessing. God gave you that marriage. Watch me, married people, or you are about to get married, or you are looking to get for getting married, or you know someone who is married. God gave you that marriage so you can be a blessing to that person. Stop complaining about them. Bless them. Bless them. God gave you children so you can be a blessing to them. And watch this, so you can train them to be a blessing to the world. You are a steward of God's blessings. Nothing in your hand is yours. It all belongs to God. So Shane Willard says this better. If Jesus' goal was only to take us to heaven when we get saved, what we do with our stuff doesn't matter. If God's plan was just, you get saved, then you go to heaven, do whatever you want to do with your stuff. It doesn't really matter what you do with your stuff. But Jesus' goal is to establish his kingdom on earth. And that's why we pray, may your kingdom come on earth. May your will be done on earth as it is done in heaven. God wants to conquer territories. He wants to establish his kingdom. He wants to see places where his name is being glorified. So he will put stuff in your hand so you can help him build that kingdom. That's why he will bless your business. That's why he will bless you with a position. That's why he will help you with an income. That's why he will give you the money you have, the intellect you have, the wiring you have, the skills you have, so you can help him build his kingdom. You are the hands and feet of Jesus on earth.